I have just visited the Governor-General, and the Governor-General has agreed to my request to establish a Royal Commission into institutional responses to child sexual abuse in Australia. In November, I announced the government's intention to have such a Royal Commission. Since that announcement in November, we've been involved in a process of consultation about the terms of reference, and Minister Macklem will detail some of the consultations that have been gone through. In addition, I had the opportunity to speak directly to my state and territory colleagues about collaborating on this at the Council of Australian Governments meeting towards the end of last year. Following those consultations and discussions, today we can announce the establishment of the Royal Commission. I believe our nation needs to have this Royal Commission. Child sexual abuse is a hideous, shocking and vile crime, and it is clear from what is already in the public domain that too many children were the subject of child sexual abuse in institutions, that they've had to live with the trauma of that child sexual abuse for the rest of their lives, that they weren't provided with a safe childhood and a safe place to be, and that too many adults who could have assisted them turned a blind eye so that they didn't get the help that they needed. The Royal Commission will provide us with recommendations about what we can do better for the future. The Royal Commission will be recommending to us what we can do to better keep children safe in institutional contexts, what we can do to ensure that child abuse is reported and responded to, what we can do to clear away any impediments to the reporting of child abuse. I believe our nation needs to learn these lessons and act on them for the future. In addition, our nation needs to send a very clear message to those who have survived child sexual abuse. For too many, the trauma of that abuse has been compounded by the sense that they have had that their nation doesn't understand or doesn't care about what they've suffered. To those survivors of child sexual abuse today, we are able to say, we want your voices to be heard. Even if you've felt for all of your life that no one's listened to you, that no one has taken you seriously, that no one has really cared, the Royal Commission is an opportunity for your voice to be heard. And in acknowledging that we need to hear those voices, I hope we can provide some measure of comfort to survivors of child sexual abuse. And I hope in having the opportunity to tell their story, they will find some opportunity for healing. I do want to be clear about what the Royal Commission will do and what it won't do. The Royal Commission is into child sexual abuse and related matters. The Royal Commission is into child sexual abuse and related matters in institutional contexts. It will not deal with child sexual abuse in the family. It also will not deal with abuse of children, which is not associated with child sexual abuse. We have consulted and we've made some choices so that the Royal Commission can focus on child sexual abuse and provide advice and recommendations to government in as timely a way as possible. This is a big task, such a Royal Commission, and we have worked to find people to serve as Royal Commissioners with the right mix of skills and personal attributes to get the job done. Today I announce the appointment of 6 Royal Commissioners who will work as this Royal Commission into child sexual abuse in institutional settings. The Royal Commission will be led by Justice Peter McClellan. He is currently a New South Wales Supreme Court judge. Justice McClellan brings a wealth of judicial experience to this role, and I thank him for making himself available to serve. He was appointed as a judge in 2005. Prior to the current judicial appointment he holds, he has held other judicial appointments, including being the Chief Judge of the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales, the Chairman of the Sydney Water Inquiry, and he was Assistant Commissioner at the Independent Commission Against Corruption. He also served as counsel assisting in the Royal Commission into the British nuclear tests at Maralinga. Justice McClellan will be the Chief Commissioner. He will be assisted by the following commissioners. First, Bob Atkinson, the former Queensland Police Commissioner, who will bring over 40 years of policing experience to the Royal Commission role, 12 of those years as Police Commissioner. Justice Jennifer Coate will also serve. Jennifer Coate has served for 20 years as a magistrate and county court judge in Victoria, including for 5 years as the President of the Children's Court and most recently as the Victorian Coroner. Justice Coate has now also been appointed to the Family Court of Australia. Robert Fitzgerald. Robert Fitzgerald has served as a Commissioner on the Productivity Commission since 2004. He also has experience in commerce, law, public policy and community service, including as Community and Disability Services Commissioner and Deputy Ombudsman in New South Wales. Professor Helen Milroy, who is a consultant psychiatrist with extensive experience in child and adolescent health, including the mental health impacts of child sexual assault. Helen Milroy is currently Winthrop Professor and Director of the Centre for Aboriginal Medical and Dental Health at the University of Western Australia. Former Western Australian Senator, Senator Andrew Murray, who will bring with him his tremendous experience as a legislator and a member of the landmark Senate inquiries into children's experiences in institutional care. He is certainly well known for his contributions to our nation's consideration of the forgotten Australians of child migrants. So Senator Andrew Murray is the final appointment to the Royal Commission. All commissioners have been appointed for a period of 3 years and will begin their inquiry as soon as possible. The Commission will prepare an interim report by no later than the 30th of June 2014 so that governments and organisations can start taking action on the Commission's early findings and recommendations. In the interim report, the Commissioners will also identify when their final report will be completed. The terms of reference do set an end date for the Royal Commission of the 31st of December 2015, but that end date can be extended if necessary. Today is the day that we start to create a future where people who perpetrate child sexual abuse cannot hide in institutions, where we work together to find a better way of keeping our children safe.